Hi, my name is Christopher Cox, and I've been a filmmaker for a very long time. Since the age of 9, I've been making videos and short films and uploading them to YouTube since 2008. And at the age of 26 now, I've built up a lot of experience in the world of independent filmmaking. And to those of you who know me, a lot of you guys love asking me for advice on how to make films and what you should do when you're first starting out. And after doing podcasts and interviews recently, I've realized I want to make a video talking about the top advice that I would give to young starting out filmmakers. So here we go, the 5 biggest tips, biggest pieces of advice that I can give to first-time filmmakers. But you don't need to be a first-time filmmaker to believe in this advice. You can be just a young filmmaker. You can be making your 10th film. I think this advice is something that I try and stick to, and I will always be sticking by it. So lots to learn. My first piece of advice that I would give to anyone getting ready to make a film: make it simple. It's that easy. I think we as artists love to create these grandiose ideas, and we want to outdo everything and make something big and fresh and multiple locations, lots of cast and crew. No, if you're starting out and you don't have the resources and the people, you are not going to be able to succeed in making a gigantic film. Make it simple. Make it a couple pages, 1 location, 2 to 3 actors, something nice and easy. Because if you shoot too far, where you're at right now and where most of us always are in the world of low budget filmmaking, you cannot feasibly succeed in all of that. It's just not going to turn out the way you want it to. And a very important lesson with keeping it simple is, okay, yeah, maybe you want to shoot for the stars, but you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out that shooting star because you're so passionate to make your first film and you don't understand how much work goes into it. And if you got a 12-page script that you're trying to shoot in only a couple hours and not paying anyone because you don't have any money, it's going to be a miserable nightmare and you're never going to want to make a film again. And sometimes that happens, but the easiest piece of advice to follow first is, remember, keep it simple. My second piece of advice: communicate with everyone. This is for life as a whole, but especially in film, because no one actually understands the vision that you have but you. No one can read your mind, so you need to make it crystal clear what it is you are seeking to accomplish with your cast and your crew. Because believe it or not, if you're the one in charge, that's why they want to follow you. They want to help bring your vision to life. That's what DPs always tell me. Oh, I'm here to bring your vision to life. The actors will tell me that. And it's like, yeah. And so, well, if you want to help bring my vision to life, I need to really explain my vision. Communication is absolutely paramount, because without communication, people start assuming and thoughts are percolating and judgments start creeping in, and then secrets are being kept, like, hey, I think he's really stressed, or do you have any idea what we're supposed to be doing here? No, I don't, I'm just guessing. You don't want that. You want everyone to be on the same page because it unifies a vision and keeps things organized. Tip number 3. Remember to have fun. Film is fun. There's a reason why you want to do it in the first place. I don't know how many people, when I tell them that I make films, they say, oh yeah, I wanted to do that when I was younger. I just never ended up doing it, blah, blah, blah. And you know, there's always sort of this fantasy, especially lots of Hollywood movies. They'll really bring up the glitz and glamour of filmmaking, but it is a nightmare. It's a lot of stress and a lot of challenges and obstacles, and you're just gonna run into a lot of that. So prepare for it. But remember that it's just part of the process. You're not going to be able to make your masterpiece, and you just have to accept that the obstacles will be coming at you, and you're going to have to just push past it as much as you can. Because if you let the stress get to your head, that affects everyone else. If you're the one in charge, the director, whatever, you're the one people are following. So you set the vibe. If your vibe is frustrated, stressed, angry, that's just going to ruin the whole vibe of the set. So remember that you wanted to do this in the first place. And sure, all of us, probably our favorite part is seeing the movie finished and showing people it. It's definitely my favorite part, but you're not going to get there if you let all the obstacles and challenges beat you down. It's not going to be a good film, and you're not going to be happy doing it. So remember that you're going to run into those problems, but that's just part of it. So treat it like a video game. Oh, okay, this boss just kicked me and beat me down and I lost 10 times, but I'm gonna keep going back because eventually I'm gonna beat that boss and then I'm gonna feel really good about it. So treat it like that. Treat life like a video game. It's a lot easier that way. Tip number 4, I mentioned this earlier, but it's still true. Accept that this film will not be your masterpiece. In fact, no film you ever make will be your masterpiece, because believe it or not, lots of times the thing that does succeed, like that film right there for me, is not the film that you'd expect it to. It just happens. But especially if you're a young filmmaker, a first-time filmmaker, we all want to make a masterpiece. We all have, these big ideas, and we see the vision and we just see like, oh my God, this is gonna be so awesome. But 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna happen the way you expected it to. And with all those challenges coming your way, you're gonna have to accept that you can't win every battle. And that's where, if you keep it simple, then you can feasibly accomplish it. If you shoot too far, you're gonna realize quicker and quicker that this masterpiece you envisioned will not be made. And it's a bummer. It is a bummer, but that's reality. So what you have to accept is this first film probably gonna be your worst film, but that's good because you want to get better. So if you're shooting for big whatever and thinking this will be it, like, oh my God, I'm gonna make Whiplash, my first ever film, and I'm gonna win Oscars. No. Just make a film first and start from there. And number 5, my final big tip for first-time filmmakers, finish it. Seriously. The greatest idea for a film has already been come up with 50 million times over, but we haven't seen it because it didn't get made. Everyone can sit around and mull over ideas and visions and write it a million times and, oh, I'm so excited, oh, this will be really good someday. Okay, well then make it. And when you run into all those challenges and you're getting beat down and you're accepting your masterpiece will not be what you wanted it to, you might want to stop. You might want to give up. You might want to feel like, you know what, no, film isn't for me. But if you don't finish it, then all of that was actually not really worth it. You need to finish it. You need to finish what you set out to do, and that goes for life in general, because follow through is everything. You put trust in people to help you make this film, but if people give you promises and then they don't follow through with them, then it beats you down. So you can't become dejected, you can't give up. If you begin making a film, you gotta finish it, even if it's not gonna be good. I've made so many films, especially in college, that I hated. I had one that I despised, and I was like, I finished it for class, but I'm not uploading it to YouTube. I don't want people to see this. But then I realized, no, I made it, and my channel is my channel with everything that I've made. So no, I'm gonna upload it, even though I hate it. And a lot of people said they liked it. I still don't. I don't believe them. I mean, I believe them, but I don't. But the point is, I finished it, so I should share it. I made this thing. This was in my brain, and I had a vision for it, and this is as close as I could get with the time and resources that I had. And that's why it is so important to follow through on what you seek and finish your first film. Because sure, it might seem like a nightmare at the time when you're making it, but once you finish it, 10, 20, 30 years down the line, it will always exist. It will always be there. And if you gave up and you never finished it, you're always going to regret it. That is my 5 big pieces of advice for first-time filmmakers. Post a comment below of any other advice you would have or any other questions you might have, or just your experience with the tips that I've given today if you have made films, if you're thinking about making a film. And then also post a comment asking for any other pieces of advice that you would like to hear from me about filmmaking or screenwriting or directing or editing or producing or whatever. I do a lot of stuff. But thank you very much for watching, and subscribe, share the video, and I will see you guys later.